Hello, my name's Rachel and I'm the RSE teacher at Step 2 Young People's Health in Bradford. This video is a brief introduction to the Equality Act. So the Equality Act was passed in 2010. It's a law that protects people from discrimination. Discrimination means you're being unfairly treated because of who you are. The Act protects you from discrimination by employers, businesses and organisations that provide goods or services, health and care providers, someone you rent or buy a property from, schools, colleges and other education providers, transport services and public bodies. There are various protected characteristics. You cannot discriminate against anybody based on these characteristics, and that's race and ethnicity, disability, religion or belief, age, sexual orientation, sex, gender reassignment, pregnancy and maternity, or marriage and civil partnership. For example, if I was renting a house out and I had various applications, I would not be able to use these as characteristics to discount anybody's application. So I would not be able to say, well, that person's of a different religion or belief to me, therefore I'm ignoring their application. I would not be able to say, well, that's a 70-year-old person, how long are they going to be in the property really before they need to move out? So I'll just discount them. I can't say, well, that's a gay couple, I'm not renting out to them. And I can't say, well, this is a single lady who's pregnant, she's going to be having a child, children make a mess, therefore I'm not renting it out to her. All of those scenarios, all of those situations would be totally illegal because I am discriminating against somebody based on the protected characteristics. In terms of faith and tolerance, a religion may say that it's not okay to be gay or that you need to follow certain lifestyles. However, all faiths also teach about tolerance. Tolerance means appreciating and respecting our differences. And just because a religion says you don't have to like them, it does not mean you are legally allowed to discriminate against them. Everybody is protected by this act. Every single person is protected by this act. So, for example, if I followed a particular religion that said it was not okay to be gay, I still couldn't discriminate against them because that person is protected by this law. You don't have to like people, but you legally can't discriminate against them. That's just one example. There are lots of others where certain beliefs or lifestyles or attitudes may affect how we perceive people. For example, unfortunately, there are a lot of racist people in the world, and they might think, well, I'm not having a person of a different culture or skin colour in a house that I own, but actually that's illegal. You cannot discriminate against them. Just because you don't like the person personally or their choices or their lifestyle, you still can't treat them any differently. In terms of further information on the Equality Act, Step 2 James and Hale are working with Bradford Council to deliver relationships and sex education lessons across the district. We would be able to provide you with some further basic information or to signpost you in the right directions. You can see the Step 2 media handles and the web address. If you go on to the website, you can also consider signing up to our newsletter for professionals. Citizens Advice would be able to provide lots of information about discrimination, what constitutes discrimination, and potentially if there's been a breach of the Equality Act. If you have been a victim of a breach of the Equality Act, you can of course speak to West Yorkshire Police and they can also provide extra advice and guidance. If you've been discriminated against based on one of the protected characteristics, there will be support services in place for that characteristic. For example, if you've been discriminated against because you're an older person, Age UK would be able to help you with that. If you've been discriminated against because of your faith or your religious beliefs, there would be groups to help with that. So there are lots of specific charities and organisations that can help with each of the specific characteristics, but Citizens Advice is a good place to go to start with.